forever.
We dream so colorful. Oh, we love so strong. The world is relentless, the city won't sleep. It hardens your soul, brings you to your knees. But we can face it all.
Forever.
Teams representing some of the biggest cities around the world. 72 of the world's most talented poker players with over $350 million in combined lifetime earnings will put everything on the line over 8 months to compete for the title of the first ever GPL World Champions. Which team has what it takes? The Global Poker League starts now.
Hello and welcome back to the Global Poker League. We are live this Wednesday evening. It is all about Eurasian heads-up action. We have seen so far some absolutely amazing performances from Vanessa Selbst. London Royals debut versus Anatoly Filatov from the Moscow Wolverines. What a match that was.
Yeah, as expected, a lot of fire, a lot of action. So not surprising that those 3 games didn't last that long. With the type of play, it was interesting actually to talk to Anatoly, who did mention that he really adjusted his play, and probably one of the first times in a long time that he had to adjust his play from being that maniac that everyone is used to being more calm and waiting for his spots.
Because they're both just so aggressive.
Absolutely. They like to fire a lot. I think putting those two in a cage with Bryn Kenny, none of them come out alive, to be honest.
Oh, we should do that as well.
The trio.
I'll get
That'll
Olivier Bousquet in there too,
All
although
right,
he'd just
Liv B.
flatten them all, wouldn't he?
Yeah, we'll get Liv B in there and we'll have some fun.
Well, tonight we have 2 more matchups coming for you. Everyone on Twitch has been waiting for this next one. It is Randy Nanonoko Liu versus LK Bertrand Grospellier.
Right. I mean, this is obviously the one that a lot of them have been waiting for. They asked for it, and the 2 team managers got it done. They probably had no choice with all the peer pressure they were getting. So,
yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see both players, obviously big Twitch stars, big esports stars, and big stars in poker. So really, it's going to be a great match between Nanonoko and Elke.
It just goes to show, if you don't ask, you don't get. And if you do ask, you do sometimes get. So if there are any other matchups that you would like to see, heads up. Obviously, just remember that Eurasia can only play Eurasia at the moment, and Americas can only play Americas. If there are Jungle Man has been great. Everyone wants to see Jungle Man versus someone.
Right. Well, of course, everyone wants to play Jungle Man at this moment because he's giving out points, unfortunately. So that's why the teams are attacking the poor Jungle. So that's an issue right now. I think a lot of people are asking for a you versus me, and that'll just get really bad.
I would thrash you, Danny.
And I would cry as they poor innocent French Canadian in there. I agree.
Get back on your sofa.
That's right.
Who do you think would win between Griffin and Sam?
Griffin and Sam, that's I've got to go with the heart, the Canadian boy. It's got to be the Canadian boy.
There he is.
But apparently Sam is thinking of moving
Don't
to
worry,
Canada.
Sam, I got your back. I got your back.
See, that'll always be good.
So there you go. If you fancy seeing two of our players in the GPL versus each other, then let us know who you think. Hashtag GPL on Twitter, and also don't forget to follow us at GPL as well. We're going to go over to our commentary team now, Griffin Bencher and Sam Grafton.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Eric. Great banter. Top form over there. The cage stuff. Real good stuff.
Laura Cornelius, a professional to the very core of her being.
And Eric is just on point today. I mean, the way that he predicted what would happen if you and I got in a cage.
Griffin's in a good mood because it's his birthday and everyone's writing on his wall. So if you're a friend of his on Facebook, do add a message of love. At 17
He just
today.
gave me cake, man. Come on. Like, you got to. I'm
high.
very emotional.
He's high
I'm
off the
on
sugar.
life.
High off the sugar.
Okay, so I forget why we're here, but I'm pretty sure it's for the Global Poker League. So let's talk about that. Who do we have playing here tonight? Nanonoko, Elke.
Great start to the day with Anatoly and Vanessa Selps. And now, Elke, probably far and away the most famous French poker player in history, one of the most recognized poker players in the history of the game. And Randy Liu, a Twitch star, and, one of the early pace setters in the Global Poker League. Everyone's been really impressed with him.
Let's see the stats.
Yeah, Elke, of course, we should remember in the early 2000s, 2007, 2008, 2009, this was the #1 player on the planet. An impressive almost $11 million in tournament earnings. A Triple Crown winner, WSOP bracelet, WPT title, and of course that PCA
Which
victory
WPT did he win?
in 2008. It was a big one, like back in the day. I think it was like the World Championship, the 25K one. I mean, he really, is such a recognizable figure on the circuit, so beloved by the French poker community.
An incredible character, yeah.
Yeah, and represented stars as well for a long time. Been a great ambassador for this game that we love. Did play a little bit of a tight strategy against Jungleman. I criticised him a little bit for that. See whether that was just an adjustment because he was playing against
it was actually. We went to dinner and talked about it. So
the incredible skill set of Jungleman, and whether he plays slightly differently against Randy. But yeah, we're going to learn a lot more about Elke's game today. Obviously starting well with 6 points for the Aviators, who are flying high in the Eurasia Conference at the moment.
Yeah, Nanonoko, obviously. This is a guy that we've seen a lot so far, all in the heads-up format. He's kind of
every day we see
pretty much every day. Like we only do this Tuesday through
once
Thursday.
a week. Check in
but
with
I'm
Randy
just
Liu.
we're just Saturdays. We're like, Randy, can we get some heads-up tonight and stuff like that? So he's very he's very accommodating with that sort of thing. He loves to play heads-up poker.
I mean, Randy
and
Liu,
here's the stats.
as I said, one of the early stars of the GPL. Someone that shows that for all the seriousness and study and commitment required to compete.
You're still not going to be good as good as
poker,
Sam Trickett.
at the highest level, you can still play with a smile on your face, you know? And he showed such enjoyment for the game, really relishing the challenge of taking on Jungleman, one of the icons of the high stakes scene.
Look at that smile.
And such a great character, a lot of fans, as we mentioned,
good flop there
on Twitch, and someone that really, really enjoys the challenge and the opportunity that GPL provides to test your mettle against some of the best in the game.
Guest appearance by Bryn Kenny here, the New York Rounders general manager. Randy always. I mean, geez,
he just
finished
selling. He just finished school on that day. Unfortunately, just came straight from after.
Didn't have time to change.
Class,
yeah. Okay, so. We do have this match coming up. Is there anything else that we should talk about? Nanonoko, obviously, popular streamer. Also, this one thing too is that they're both affiliated with PokerStars. They've been kind of the faces of that whatever. What does PokerStars do? Online site? I don't know, something like that. They're pretty famous.
Yeah,
PokerStars. You like playing on PokerStars?
Yeah, I do occasionally.
Yeah, you do all the time. He loves it. Every time he's not working, I'm like, hey, you want to get dinner? And he's like, I'm playing on PokerStars.
Mate, I'm a grinder. So real big face-off. This is something, a match a lot of people will be tuning in. Obviously, one of the things the GPL is doing is creating new stars. Here we have two really established, almost brands. I mean, you
Yeah.
say Elky really is a brand unto himself within the game. And so, yeah, real excitement. I mean, I also, in terms of league standings, I mean, this is more Eric's area, but,
Right.
you know, Hong Kong Stars hovering in third position. Aviator is a little bit ahead of them, but a swing in Randy's direction would be great for the Hong Kong Stars. Close down that gap. You know, if the Aviators come out on top, you know, they're going
That's
to run
the
away
trouble for the rest. Yeah, seriously.
with the conference. So, you know, lots to play for.
What do their names mean? Like, I feel like this is research we should. I mean, Danny probably knows, but like Elky, like where does that
Why
come
are you
from?
asking me? I have no idea, mate.
I mean, I feel like we should have done the
let-
research.
I'm just going to check the Wikipedia
Yeah,
page.
you check Wikipedia. Nanonoko. What does Nanonoko mean?
I-
Eric, can you help us out here? No, he's done. He do stats. Yes, he's stats
Yeah,
guy.
no,
Someone on Twitter.
Well,
you know
El-
what? Join the conversation at GPL
well-
on Twitter or at Griffin Benger at Sam Squid Poker.
I'm
Squid
sorry,
Poker.
We shouldn't give him.
Squid Poker. Let us know
I'm gonna
what
tell,
Elky the
I'm
name.
gonna
The
tell
origins.
the production team to cut off the orange
The
squash.
origins.
No more orange squash for Griffin
And
on
the
the breaks.
Nanonoko.
I-
Hey,
I think
I'm a
Elky's-
little drunk. It's my birthday.
I think
Just kidding.
I think Elky's something to do with Ultron Grospelia, like it's an abbreviation.
Oh, it's
you
like
see
that.
how there's a connection
Oh,
there?
I see. I see.
And Nanonoko is also short for Randy in some cultures. So
Actually, I completely believe you. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. We forgot to say it. Producer Lewis just told us. These guys have decided they're not going to check social media
Wow.
or the stream through the entire match. It's just going to be like in
and
a cage.
and let me just say,
Yeah.
we've never had a match here at the Global Poker League where you haven't actually checked your social media
Yeah,
on your.
let alone-
So
yeah.
it's pretty amazing. You know, maybe you should try doing that as well for a match.
Well, I mean, you're picking a bad day considering it's like this is the only thing that's keeping me alive right now is just the feeding these gifts of love on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Let's get to the match, guys. It's time. In like 3 seconds. In like 2 seconds.
Why do you always go to the game when it's not ready?
Because I'm not very good at my job.
I mean, you're such a punter. And here
There they
is-
are. Oh my God! Did Elky grow a mustache?
All right, Wendy, let's go. Nice. Thanks for the walk, man. It's good already. How are you guys doing tonight? So, Wendy can't hear me.
He's a
which is
cartoon
good.
character.
And actually, we made a deal with Wendy as well. So we're not gonna watch the stream of everyone watch it for us. So we can just like say whatever we want, and we're sure nobody is gonna be having the information. Here we raise the 5-4s. Pretty standard button raise. We're gonna be betting this flop. Pretty good. We have a 5 of clubs and there's like 7 king jack and 3 clubs. So it's kind of like we have 3 card to a straight and 3 card to a flush. So
optimistic
obviously easy
from
bet.
Elky.
We don't want to bet too fast because usually I try to bet too fast, and then it's like timing tells. Ace is not the optimal card here though. I think we can only make him 4 to 7, and 10 should be pretty good, but I believe you could for the jack now and a 10. Maybe even a king. Probably not a king though. Come on.
Basically has a queen or nothing. Just need to decide whether he has a queen.
Interesting sizing choice here by.
I'm actually gonna let this go.
You won't hear my commentary. So, oh my god, I want to show so bad. Fuck, I should have showed the hand. So sick. But he's gonna see it later on, so it's okay.
Jungle man match.
You can see
Might
Elky
have,
really pumped
Sick,
for
we're
this
crushing
contest.
actually. Won every single part.
Kind of looked like he was playing kind of tight in that game.
As long as it's
So, but I do think he was kind of adjusting for Jungle Man. So we'll see if he decides to play a little bit different against me.
Randy is one of the greatest players in the game. He played 13.5 million hands on PokerStars, I believe. So pretty sick. Sick respect for this boy. I'm still gonna crush him, of course, but at least I respect him. And he's also one of the nicest guy. But we are gonna afford the. He's so nice that we're gonna give him away one hand to make him feel better.
Elky could be in Monte Carlo as well. Is that likely? Griff, that this is a hotel room perhaps for Elky.
Yep.
What?
Obviously in Monaco for the
does he do that?
EPT Monte Carlo, the grand final. A lot of players are gonna be playing from there. We saw Anatoly Filatov,
So
of
heads up is
course,
the best
was
game
also
of best format
playing
of
from
poker
his.
because it's the most fun to play, obviously,
his
because you
hotel.
have decisions all the time, and also you can really adapt to your opponent
Elky definitely going out for
and
work.
see the
going out for food,
weaknesses.
though.
Like Jungle Man had a lot. For example, Jungle Boy had a lot of weaknesses. I mean, the problem is like Jungle Boy lost every single game in the GPL, so it kind of like reduces the credibility of my feat, right? I was gonna be like, oh man, Jungle Boy is supposed to be the best, and I beat him, it's great, and now he just loses every single game he plays. Means nothing anymore. His 4 is just a bit too weak to defend here, especially to a 4x. Even though we might have the best hand, it's just a hand that also plays pretty badly post flop. So we'd rather have a hand like King Jack than Ace 4, even though Ace 4 is a better hand than King Jack.
Both dominated.
It's okay. So he did 3-bet quite a bit. So it looks like he's folding quite a bit on the giving a bit more walks and 3-betting quite a bit more. So
Randy Lou's dog, of course, passing away.
if he
earlier
does 3-bet
today.
his hand, though, we'll have to call
He
for
hasn't,
sure. I
spoken
mean,
at
it's
all.
only two
No, we
hands
do the
out of
range too.
how many we played, which would be like 15. So it's obviously not. Probably not
I'm
even
making
15.
that joke now because I actually
Okay.
am connecting with him through that, and like now it's there he is.
Me. So and me, I will talk smack too if I win. So it's really like
We're also playing
a
for the
week of
first,
getting smack talk is also on the line here. Getting dealt some junky cards, so kind of just nothing really happened the first level.
Playing pretty fast here, I like it.
I could fold one time because if I raise every hand, it's gonna be tempted to 3-bet a little bit more. If I fold at least like, even though Queen 4 is usually a raise, if I just fold it not because of the hand, but just because of the timing, because I want him to know I fold some hands, right?
6 strategy.
Could be Queen 4. I could have been like, no, maybe King 4 is too strong, but like, yeah, I just wanted to fold a hand. That spot. Just 5. And fold
LQ,
2
of
hands in a
course.
row, then he's gonna think I raise a bit more hands. So if he thinks my opening range is a bit tighter, it's gonna be less tempted to 3-bet me, I believe.
LQ,
Maybe,
of course,
maybe
writing
not.
that famous chapter in Chris Moorman's Book of Folding. Very descriptive at the fold.
But King 9 is definitely too strong to not raise here. I don't believe we make him fold. I mean, we could get value from 8, 9, 4, 5, and so on,
He
but I
does
guess
play
it's better to
different than a
check
lot
and.
of players. So it's like hard to tell what he's doing, to be honest. I'm gonna fire here. Turn my hand into a bluff.
There's no way in hold you can fold here. Just like impossible to fold. And he's floating. Oh, he's floating with King Eye, actually. Sick. I mean, it's pretty standard fold.
Gotten a
River
request
to
to play
pair,
that
I would have won
on
that
the
pot for
button or
sure.
top button.
Not great for us as well.
Let's
Right,
direct
side,
A little bit
I mean,
unlucky on my
February
end,
31st.
despite having a worse hand, I guess. But
41st.
small pots.
That's it.
41.
No, 51.
So against Juggerman, the strategy was kind of to check back a bit more hands because it looked like he liked to bluff a bit too much and try to push me off my hands when I check the flop. He did
Yeah,
quite a few times.
kind of it's nerve-wracking. So it's an expensive match coming up.
Heads Up is a game that's so much about dynamic and all. I mean, obviously against Juggerman, the strategy was not to get involved too much when it was deep stack poker because he didn't really adapt his game well when he was short stack. But Wendy is be a much better short stack player.
Randy opting for a more linear 3-betting range. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's really admirable this this whole not looking at the stream thing. But there's no way if I'm in Randy Lou's shoes, am I trusting a guy that looks like that? The Frenchman with a mustache, just like twirling it. It's like, yes, of course, we will not watch the stream.
I think it's gonna be giving me more temptation to barrel it off here. I mean, obviously it's still gonna fold quite a bunch of hands, but on this board there will be a lot of cards that we can barrel, which is like a club, a 5, obviously a king. Now we didn't 3-bet much, but that's one of the hand to 3-bet here, even though kind of 3-betting for value, of course. I mean, it's probably gonna be putting us on the similar range that we have. I should start betting a
He
bit
folded
more
that. Him would have
uh,
left the studio. The 10-6 of spades.
split connector and so
Folded
on.
the 10-6 of spades in the
He
button.
thinks he's,
Scored
I
out.
think he's gonna be folding. But he's not raising every single button though. But even though he's not raising every single button, I don't think he's gonna be as stubborn as Jungle Boy. So it's okay.
Pretty bad cards, so it kind of looks like I'm playing pretty tight. So might be able to use that to my advantage. We'll see.
Yeah, the two players echoing each other there. Elke saying he thinks Randy's playing a tight strategy. Actually, Elke just getting dealt a lot of junk early on in this match.
Gonna have aces and I'm gonna be a genius on the thing after. Genius. Randy is a genius, by the way. He actually is a genius. Poker genius. Hearthstone, not yet, but it's okay. Rank 12, rank 11. He was ranked 11, now he's ranked 12. So sick. Take Randy one rank. It's pretty hard to lose a rank at those things too. But I love Randy. He's still a genius. Not a cooking genius either, actually.
Still a genius. Well, that's how you get the good graces of Elke, thank God.
Yeah,
As
I
long
might
as you're
raise a
still
bit
a
more.
genius.
And turn 4, I think, is really borderline there. Wow, seems pretty nice. I think when it's that wet, we can actually go for the check raise if he did bet. I don't expect him to be checking Jack 10, so I should still have the nuts. Plan was to check raise, but now I guess we're gonna have to bet it for value. I mean, we're losing to a 7. Not that many 7 that he could have here.
Like the type that will call with worse ever, but he'll always put more chips in with better. So I think it's actually, even though like, oh, well, if he's bluffing, why don't you raise? You have the best hand. Well, if he never puts in more chips with worse hand, then you should really never raise here. So I'm just going to call in case he's got a better straight. So he has 2 pair, and I don't think he'll call or raise on the river. Especially like he hasn't seen me bluff yet. So yeah.
I mean, very
And he was trying to
conservative,
trap.
strategy from Randy there with the rivered straight, especially considering he raised all in against Jungleman, if you remember, when Jungleman folded a chop in his contest with Dan Cates earlier in the week. I think probably is standard to raise there on the river.
Yeah. It's hard to make a straight. It's hard to make a pair level with straight.
You wanna make a sick move and look like a genius.
I mean, if Elke never called with anything other than a better straight, you should just raise there 100% of the time with
Right.
everything that doesn't beat 2 pair.
Oh, genius. We're doing pretty good so far, but the next level is already in. I think we 3-bet this hand here. We've been playing pretty straightforward. I haven't been 3-bet much. Been opening quite a decent hand to do it with.
Kind of been a boring match so far, but it's not forced action.
He's folding quite a bit. It's fine. Doesn't look to be
I'm just gonna check call here.
so stubborn
Hopefully
on
turn
the
an ace.
post-flop.
A little straight draw.
But I don't expect him to fold an ace
Could river
here
bet here.
or
I
any
mean,
pair.
river card, sorry. I'm gonna bet like
Especially because
3,200
the
here.
cards are gonna be,
He's seen me like check call and turn hand into a bluff, so I think he would even call as weak as like 6s or something. He just let it go.
Sometimes we have to.
Guessing nothing.
Lines up. We could 3-bet here, but because yeah, it's kind of a flow thing, right? Too. If I didn't 3-bet, I think it's a decent hand to 3-bet, but because we've been doing it a bit, it's okay. Yeah, we have an easy call. I believe he will be betting on this board. I think he's betting his entire range because it's so unlikely for me to have anything. And yeah, we're just gonna give him. We're gonna set the mousetrap. Mousetrap. Bet one time, Randy boy. Oh, he's gonna bet. Oh fuck, so sick. He didn't bet with the king queen high.
Never mind.
But I set the
Well, you
sick
did have
mousetrap
ace four
here.
to some extent.
think
gotta
he's
open
been.
straight draw here. I'm actually gonna check raise him here.
You didn't check raise once. Huh? Gonna do it now.
About
Oh, sense.
4100.
Let's gonna check raise. So sick. What the
Didn't
fuck?
see that a lot, so
think I knew it.
should be able to take it down.
Yeah, if he starts check raising too much, we have to
A little bit of a stronger player, heads up, but it's going to be.
we have to be betting a bit less.
Randy, if Randy knew Elky's 3-betting strategy, he has to be.
But it's kind of cool that we can say
you know,
anything
and,
because we're not gonna hear each other until the match is over, right? So it's a different way to play the game and to comment it. It's kind of like more live action. So while I do it on stream, I just pretend other people don't hear me, even if sometimes they do. But obviously, you can only agree to do that with somebody you trust. Oh, but I trust like probably over 90% of the players in the global poker league, so it's okay. There are some guys you can trust, but most of them they're pretty good.
Pretty good hand. I'm going to.
And Randy
raise
obviously
this
is
guy.
great. I think
Could easily just call as well pre-flop, but I kind of want to ramp it up pre-flop a little more against him and see how that works. It is a 3-game match anyways. He's tanking though. Makes a really big 4-bet. Kind of loose call if I do make call. Such a big 4-bet.
for him, so it's gonna put him in a tough spot if he doesn't have a monster. I mean, I kind of have other to 4-bet because King 9 off is a hand that's pretty good, but we have the King blocker, but also he plays pretty bad post flop. If I had like 9 suited in that spot, I would have rather called, I think. I wonder what Randy's saying. I'm pretty sure he's calling me a genius too. It's good to be called a genius by Jungle Boy, actually. Did you call Randy a genius too? Oh man, I still haven't watched the game. I need to watch it, it's so sick. Very pretty. Very pretty, but because I've been tribunning quite a bit, I mean, it's okay to flat some pretty hands too, and
Flop bottom pair here.
flash draw with-
I'm just gonna fire the flop. Sometimes you can check back here, sometimes not. Turns a 7, not a good card for me.
I mean, I could lead here, but I think it's
Check
a
back
bit
here.
fishy.
8. If he bets out, I probably am just going to call because he could have a flush or full house. And again, I just don't think he's calls with worse than a 5. So I'm just going to call here.
Checking behind,
And
oh
he
man,
does
I
have
wish,
the second nut flush there. So again, I just don't. There's no reason to raise despite the strength of my hand. So kind of save myself.
Okay, I play with handicap. Maybe it worked
He's running-
actually, did he?
Seems like he's getting the best of me right now.
Maybe
But,
the handy story worked.
you know, the match is not over quite yet.
Yeah, far from it. Elky with a 2-1 chip advantage over Randy Lou at the moment, but we've seen people come back from much worse deficits than this in these first 4 weeks of the Global Poker League. Things can change pretty rapidly.
9,000 chips, by the way. 69 is Jenny's favorite number, especially now that I have a mustache. Mustache. We're gonna have that here. So he's down to 20 blinds already. So blinds going up pretty fast actually.
And check back this
I
flop.
feel like we've been kind of cruising. Gonna be betting our ace for value. I don't not expect him to be checking an ace behind, but it's possible. But we were straight anyways. So I think we're gonna bomb it here. 969 seems like a perfect amount. If he did check an ace behind, it's really difficult for him to fold. To fold it here, we could be borrowing some miss flush draws, trying to get him off a king as well. What the fuck, Randy? I don't think I can. Could he have 4-6? There's no way he has 4-6. But I mean, if I raise, he's not gonna call with anything else, right?
No, we both have a straight.
Yeah, it's one of those spots where like Yeah, because he's not gonna call with anything, and if I raise, he's not gonna call with the worst hand, so there's no. Oh, and he's not gonna fold the 4, so there's literally like 0 point in raising in that spot.
One.
He's gonna bar it here. I have feelings that he's floating those board with a lot of draws and a lot of made pair hand that he's not gonna be able to.
About
And
sizing.
easier. Push it out, so sick. God. So sick. So sick.
Right now. Gosh. All right, let's step up our game.
Soon. Probably now. Well, it's a pot where you have sick odds, but just like we're just gonna be in too many 6-pot post flop, so I think we can call here because he's gonna bet this flop clearly 100% of the time, and we have some outs to a great hand, and Jack High is probably good, to be honest. It's probably good, but we don't really want to. We don't want him to
Oki has a bluff
get a
here.
trap.
I mean, I'm only playing for half the pot anyways.
Yeah, nah, probably not, but.
Pretty big.
We had some. Wow, we have aces. That's pretty sweet. I guess we have to check it. Top set again. So against Jungle Boy, yeah, top set too, by the way.
Calls.
What?
Bad turn.
I mean, now the
card.
problem is you can't have anything.
I'm going to
Oh,
check.
can he? Probably not.
Because if he has a king or 8,
I guess.
he's not folding on that
This is a
card.
spot
So
where it doesn't have an 8. He's not gonna bluff anyways. So I guess I bet because I don't want him to know I have aces here.
Jack 10 suited, pretty good hand. If actually he puts us all in,
Yeah, I'm sorry
I
about the mic, guys,
probably
and,
would just call
now we
off
have
12
some
bigs.
blinds, so it's out.
I mean,
He's
I don't
10.
know. It's close because I think Oki doesn't shove as loose as most people, but with 12 big blinds, Jack 10 suited,
Sorry about the mic. I'm sorry about the
Here
mic.
shoves like,
Jungle Boy wasn't working.
man, this.
A lot of the time I was talking
Most
about
people this is a snap call, but Jack
please.
against Oki, I don't know.
Randy, you're not gonna be
I think I am gonna
okay
call it
against
off
the
with
boy.
Jack 10. Yeah, I mean, he's 10-9 suited, he probably shoves, right? Jack 8 suited, Ace X. Even against like Ace 5, I've got like 45%, I think. I don't know, call here. Jack 10 high. Pre-flop. Looks weird. Alright, guys, go all in. Let's go. I don't know. I can't really say hold. I got Jack high. Can't say hold, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna call here.
Might
I
actually
feel you feel like such a sick fish to call here with Jack high pre-flop, but I will call.
What?
He has Queen
What the
4 high.
All one time.
A lot of outs, 37%.
God, this delay on the turn so sick.
That's not one of them.
Whoa, full house.
God
Boom,
damn, that would
GG
be
boy.
so sick.
So sick actually. Wow, I wanted to
shows
fold
Queen
and then you
4
go with the worst
offset,
hand.
But if he shows Queen
Because
4,
Queen,
has to
right?
be good. Call.
Nice, 1-0.
Oh,
Let's
God.
go. Let's go, Randy boy. Let's go for the 3-0, and then I'm gonna give him some time to shake it off because Randy is a big fan of.
Win for the Aviators. I mean, clearly, you know that this is a team that just doesn't seem to be able to lose.
Yeah, for sure. The great start to the Aviators continues. The start to the league by the Aviators continues with Elke securing a further 3 points. He's now played 4 matches heads up in the GPL and won 3 of them. So that's an impressive start to the season for him as well. Randy Lou not getting anything going. Barely won a pot there. Really was all Elki's game from start to finish.
Yeah, and again, like, this is more Eric's line of work talking about the standings, but to keep up with the Moscow Wolverines with the way that Anatoly Filatov has been playing, you need Elki to put up at least 6 points. So a great start for him and Fabrice Soulier and the Paris Aviators. Nanonoko, it's one of those tough spots, 12 big blinds, Jack 10 suited. Obviously, that's a hand where, you love seeing flops with it. You don't mind running the cards, but it's tough to call out for 12 big blinds. In a heads-up format, you just have to do it. It dominates too many of the 10s and the jacks and what that would shove. So he did make the call. Of course, Elki's surprised that he was actually winning.
I mean, it may seem strange to some people that he would call off there with Jack High, but let's imagine if you're not calling off with enough of your range, if you're only calling with your ace highs and strong king highs, then your opponent can shove with any 2 cards, and there's just not enough hands that you could call with. They're going to pick up the blinds, pick up the blinds, pick up the blinds.
Shove 6-5 suited.
You're going to blind down until, when you find a hand to call, that they can double you up anyway because they've already got such a chip of vines. So I think that was a standard call from Randy Liu. Might seem unorthodox if you're new to poker, but I think Randy had to make that decision.
Yeah, and, I love this thing. Keep that going, Randy, for sure. I think the lounge has been, I've been getting, my phone's been freaking blowing up like crazy over here.
They're always eager to
especially
talk to the
needy
fans.
today. I don't understand. Anyways, lounge.
Thanks. Congratulations, Elki Paris Aviators. We thought Moscow Wolverines might end the show as the leaders, but they might not.
They might not. The rich get richer, right? More points for Paris, Hong Kong. We do know that Hong Kong will finish the day ranked 3rd no matter what. So, yeah, interesting turn of events. Funny, Laura, we almost had 50 hands in that match, and it was probably the quickest match we've had.
I couldn't keep up. They were playing so fast, weren't they? But imagine Randy. He's playing how many games at once sometimes?
Yeah, he's playing like 40 and 50 and 60 and 99, and yeah, he's quite. And Elki did that before, so there was, they've had a history together of playing those multi-tables, multi-screen games. So yeah, interesting to see. I guess they're used to clicking those buttons, and without any distractions, both have agreed not to be on social media, both have agreed not to be on Twitch, and both have agreed not to rewatch this match while it's on. There's a 10-minute delay, so maybe they're just focused on what they need to do. But yeah, just a quick match.
Can I do a sick brag?
Yes, you may.
I played Connect 4 with Elki once.
You played Connect 4 with
He
Elki.
beat me.
He beat you. Oh, that's
Obviously,
terrible.
I could see his brain. I was watching how his brain was working, and I was just like, I have no hope. Yeah.
Poor
So
Elki having to deal with
that's
that.
my claim to fame. Yeah, Elki beat me at Connect 4. Okay, so Nanonoko versus Elki. It's 2 more games to go. We've got 3 points up for grabs in each. Who do you think is going to take the next one?
Oh, let's go Nanonoko. I think we all want to see a third, really a third exciting match there. I think I understand that 3 points on the line for the next 2 matches each, but yeah, let's get Nanonoko on the board so we can have a fun third match. I think that's what everyone wants.
I think so as well. Hong Kong Stars obviously came into the week leading. Oh no, they
second,
were
yeah.
leading at some point last week, though, weren't they? They've sunk though. And they have not managed to gain the points in the last few matches.
Yeah, and it's combined with Paris, just continuing their dominance, and Moscow really picking up a lot of points this week. So that's what happens, right? If you're just going to pick up a few points and then one team just blows by you. But we'll see. I think they're in a great position still. They still should be very happy with how things have gone. With what was predicted for them at the start of the year, I think they're very satisfied. But knowing Selena Lin, she'd want some maybe some 6-point action from Nanonoko tonight.
Selena Lin, though, the same as Maria Ho, she can't keep using the same player every single week for heads up. We've seen so much of Randy Liu now. Do you think we will see some of her other team play?
Absolutely. I think Liu is playing really well at this moment, and he's been wanting all these matches, so why not let him ride that wave right now? But absolutely, I do think that we'll see a mix of players coming up in the next few weeks for Selena.
Okay, well, we're going to head back to the desk, back to our commentators, Sam and Griffin, and we're going to be going back into this very next game between Hong Kong star Randy Liu and Paris Aviator Elki.
Thanks as always, Laura. This is Sam Grafton. I'm Griffin Birthday. We are watching Elki against Nanonoko here, GPL Week 4. we've seen a lot of these guys, but Nanonoko losing the first game after having so many strong performances in the heads-up matches. What can you expect in the next match?
Well,
here?
the card distribution really favoured Elky there. Elky capitalised on it, don't get me wrong, but Randy Lou can't run that bad in the second match. Still a lot to play for. You know, don't count Randy Lou out.
Never can. Not with all the Twitch love. He needs it, guys. Nanonoko.
Obviously, a huge Twitch fan base for both these guys, and you know you can see why. You know, one of the things that hopefully is going to happen with GPL is there's going to be a crossover. You know, people enjoying them on the GPL stream can go and follow and subscribe to their Twitch stream and follow them there. You know, they're regularly
subscribe to
producing,
GPL first.
yeah,
for
obviously,
sure.
obviously subscribe to
Come
us first.
We
but-
actually get all the proceeds, so if you guys like us, now no one's
well,
going to subscribe.
yeah, maybe we can afford new suits.
We are going to head to the match in just a few seconds here because we were told that you guys are sick of looking at us and you want to look at Nanonoko and the mustached guy. So there they are
Here we go, Wendy
for
boy.
match round 2.
We're back, boys.
Fight.
So one first game feels good.
Hello,
We're
everyone.
gonna feel so good that we defend
Alright,
the King 7.
so I just lost to
kidding, it's pretty
Elky
standard
first
for me.
game. Feels bad, man. Let's teach him a lesson. I can't believe I just lost to Elky first game. This is not like this. Seriously. I'm just done with this guy. Let's go. Let's run him over.
The first game, it didn't tend to be double barreling so much. Could have just called, but I think it's okay. Also, he's obviously a great and very smart player, so it's not like he's gonna play
What am I
the same
doing
way
with my
during
life?
the 3 games. We have to
Alright.
take that into consideration. 2-7, that's so sick. Never lucky. What the fuck? How can I do 7 and 5-9? 7-8 is good though. Up to a straight draw feels good. I think I can
I'm gonna
actually
check back here.
raise that.
I refuse to lose this guy. I'm gonna send
I
him
was
back
gonna
to
check raise, but
StarCraft.
now I'm just gonna check
Watch, guys. He thinks he's gonna win this series, but
value to be.
send him back to
Flop.
e-gaming, okay?
We're gonna bet
I'm just checking down right now.
69, which is Jenny's
He
favorite number,
bets
by the way.
669. What is it? This guy with his small bets. Whatever.
It's very unlikely we get called by our hand, but there's still a possibility. But it's just even less likely that he has a 10 or a flush here.
Him with this junky hand.
Now we are like really deep, so I think I can. We have big implies to flop a set. Although if we think it's betting super light, it's not the greatest because we might not get rewarded on the set. 5, 6, 8,
Not
9 is
An ideal flop.
a decent flop for our hand actually.
But I will
We're still
fire.
ahead of all the
Still,
cards that you could be two betting, and we
a little
have,
draw. He's got like king queen type hand.
most likely 6 outs. Otherwise,
Bet 2600. He does call. Turns a deuce. I will
he's gonna
fire
check
here on turn.
probably.
No idea what Randy Lou's doing
Mine.
here.
So sick.
Depending on how the board runs on the river, I might bet again if he calls again. I don't expect
Ah,
him to
but-
fold that often actually on the turn. Oh well, he
sure,
did.
folding here
So
because the odds
not
are
sure if
not
I had the
great.
best hand or
Also,
the
we
worst
know we
hand
have
with my
implied
pair of
odds
twos,
if
but I'll
done.
take it.
5 or 7. Not only might we lose. I mean, I'm not really worried about losing if I do. If I get it, but I'm more worried about not being able to extract any value because it's like a 4 card trade board. I think we can bet though because he's gonna have a lot of spades and check with equity that he checks on
Whatever.
flop that you will have to call turn with. Not. So we need to took the lead on this game, but it's okay.
I wish
Like,
you could
most
play at the
beautiful
deeper
flop,
stacks. I feel like I have
flop
much more
easier
advantage
because-
in the earlier levels.
Yeah, good check call here. Now we have a double gut shot. And also, not only we have a double gut shot,
Trophy
but
bets,
when he checks back to flop,
I'll
it looks a
call
lot like
because
he
I've got a lot of outs,
uh,
but not really because I expect to have the best hand
folding,
that
so
much. River's an ace.
the ace.
Watch
I
him do
think
like
he might
1200 or
actually
something.
back,
Funny.
quite a bit bunch of ace highs here though. He could have ace 8, ace 7, ace jack. Obviously not making those hand folds. Oh, he did have 7 8. Oh, he might have make the 7 8 fold actually. But I mean, it's let's not get result oriented though. So he did check second pair. Good to know. You're gonna check second pair too. Gonna imitate this boy. No, I think I almost wanna check too because what value do you get really? Sure. Almost want to check, but I think he might still go with ace high.
Little bet from him here. I feel like this is a king or nothing. I'm actually gonna pay this one off. I mean, he does have a king a lot, probably will. Oh wow, he value bet a 10 there. I'm surprised he value bet a 10 there. Maybe my reads on Elgi are a little bit off, but okay. Bet a 10. Expecting me to call off ace high. Interesting. He was right though. Huh.
Because I'm gonna be 14.59. I think we have like the two main Twitch streamers are playing the GPL, right? Who else is from Twitch? Maybe Jeff Gross, quite a bit, and the other players don't really stream much, I think. So
maybe
means even
open
a lot more now, and
a little bit more on the button now. I changed my mind about folding some hands.
2 games tonight. We're gonna first place in the Eurasia conference, so very important. We're 1 and 2 entering this week actually. Paris Aviators and Hong Kong Star, which feels good because I'm good friend with Serena and Randy, and they're great. And then Serena got like a lot of people were saying like, oh yeah, the Hong Kong Star picks and might not be the greatest and stuff. Look at the Berlin Bear, and then actually look at Jungleman not winning one single game in this. Jungle Boy not winning one single game, and Hong Kong doing great. This board is really dry. I don't really like to bet it here. I would think that he's gonna be calling a lot. King Eye might be good. King Eye is probably good now too because it's 2 pairs. Right?
Check here. See if he value bets funny again. I'm just gonna call here.
Betting it because I think that you could check raise some spots now. Oh, Luckbox the king. But he didn't. I could 3-bet this hand, but I'd rather 3-bet hands that have less equity post flop and that are tougher to play post flop. Now we know that he can definitely check back Jack, but I still think we have a lot of equity. Can make him fold on Knots of River if we don't hit, so that's okay.
69. Everyone loves that. Let's re-raise it. Made it 4,200.
I'm gonna flat here. Position.
So we flop a pair.
Flop 3 bananas with Batman. This is like the worst flop ever. Obviously, we don't even have a spade. Continue. We
Fire one out.
Float. Actually, it's a good flop to float because
He did call to
he
flop,
cannot
though.
float with anything. So he's gonna expect us more to have an ace. But since he hasn't been 3-betting all that much, I think it's okay
Like,
to
get some nano hearts in the chat or regular purple hearts. That would
not
help.
float here.
I really don't want to lose this guy 3-0. I will never, ever hear the end of that. Check back to flop. Turns a 9. He bets out here. Kind of bigger than his normal things. I'm actually going to let go of ace high. Elgi doesn't really strike me as the guy to bluff here.
I feel like my c-betting flop
Maybe my read is I'm not sure.
might be a bit too high.
Really interesting to me how much talk there is of reads from both these players.
I'm going to re-raise 10 deuce suited.
A
because
range
he's a
that he
decent
plays
player,
and a frequency with which he calls down. You know, big adjustments based on, you know, that he said there, Elke doesn't strike me as a guy that would bluff here, but I think that's a huge statement to make. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
know about Elke's strategies on every flop texture with a 70% defending range.
For
so,
sure.
A little bit strange from Nanonoko.
once he checks.
Nanonoko.
Does fold quite a bit the time he checked back on the flop. I mean, it was one of the worst flop, right? Good, Wendy. Definitely have to at least call here. I think call is better. We don't want to stack off with fives in this scenario.
Just call. Flop a pair. I'm going to start with actually a check. I don't mind a bet on the flop too, but I'm gonna start with check and see what happens. He bets, so I'm gonna check call here.
Basically, poor.
Poor
Well,
Elke
expect him
gets
to
3-bet
check
by
call all the-
suited trash every time he gets pocket fives.
It's not bad. Calls. Bet pretty big here. 10,000. River two pair. I only lose to 4-5 right now for pocket threes. I think anything else would have done something about it earlier.
Would be the sickest ever if he just check calls queen jack and fire out here. Right? I don't think that's
Probably went full to per bet.
gonna be the case often enough. Probably almost never, to be honest. So yeah, it's a good spot. You haven't been at all.
Check raises me here, huh?
Not the greatest spot, obviously. It's more like timing wise, tempo wise. I think it's good.
I'm actually gonna repop him here.
Ball wise is obviously sure.
Yeah, it just really looks
Andy,
like
push.
set or nothing. And let's be honest, guys, you can't make it. Elke doesn't make sets. Sorry. Nice rebluff by me there. I'm gonna go ahead and peel here. I kind of wish the blinds are a little bit bigger so I can just reshove this, but a little bit too much right now. So we got a pair. We're not gonna fold the flop.
Pretty nice too because board on this board is very likely to have the ace. I don't expect he can fold it.
I guess I just have to let go of the pair of fours. Be pretty crazy for him to try to bluff here.
Might. Yeah, because we see him bluff when we give him
Like who folds?
we check the turn.
king? So whatever.
Yeah. Or 3-bet kind of works too, so we're gonna go with that.
Repops me here.
He still folds quite a bit to the 3-bet, so yeah, because we see him
Nice little lead right now.
bluff some river after floating out of position. Might try to
Things going Randy Lu's way here. 2-1 chip advantage over
so we got
the man they call
we got
Elke.
1 lead on us.
As you can see in the bottom of your screen,
Over.
Ultran
Happen in poker.
Grospellier did win the first match.
By the way, Randy Cray tweets in at us saying Elke is a diminutive of El Cantar, which was his nickname in StarCraft.
Thank you very much.
A little reference to his gaming days, as is my poker alias, Flush Entity.
It's not all about you, Griff.
It is on my birthday, pal.
King card. He checks.
Too long to
I'm actually
play.
gonna turn my hand into a bluff here.
Why are you doing that, Randy? When he
I've
che-
hit a lot of these straights on the river, so maybe he is a little bit scared this time. That I actually hit it. And took that one down.
I mean,
Whether
have
I had
at
the
it,
best
Sam
hand or
Grafton.
not,
Go ahead.
but
No, but
you know, just
I'm
deciding.
just saying you can't adjust your strategy because previously you've hit a lot of straights on the river. Do you know what I mean? That's like that's how like you think when you're first starting playing poker. It seems a bit odd to hear it from such a legend
Well,
as
works,
Randy
so
Lu.
that's really
Just
great,
because you've
but I
made
still
straights in
don't
the
wanna do
past
it.
doesn't mean Elke's gonna be like, well, he's more likely to. This guy really hit straights on the river. That's not a strategy, is it?
Oh man,
good
I let him out of the bag.
Yeah.
He's been wanting to say something for a while now, guys.
Yeah. Even it's not because it works. Actually, I still want to do it, but I don't want to increase the frequency of 3-bet too much for it to look too suspicious for him. But I will be increasing it now as the blinds are getting bigger. Pretty good flop for us because it's very dry and we have a lot of backdoor. Which is one of them. I think. Obviously, he's not folding.
You really gonna fire here again?
Might fold an
What the-
8 to the third bar.
All right.
Fold on the turn is even better.
I wonder if that was too loose of a call on the flop.
Pretty good
Both
flop for our
players
hand here.
flopping a gut
It's
shot.
gonna be
And both players
turn for
turning
us.
top pair. At the moment, Randy's kicker does play.
So
River
thing
is
like, he hasn't
interesting
been
as long
guarding
just no spade, and I'll decide whether I want to bet. But
because of that.
don't think he'll check raise bluff here. River's a king.
Your hand is just
I could have the best hand easily. The thing is that I don't think Elky calls with a 7 or 8,
I don't think he's gonna be
so
guarding.
I'm actually going to check back and knit it up. Oh well, he probably would have called a, a bet with that hand, but I don't expect him to actually have a jack. I think it's safe for me to play it that way. Especially he likes to trap.
I mean, even if he didn't have that much bluff on the turn, our equity was just pretty strong, way too strong to fold. Blinds, I believe, is better to shove with squeeze. The hand that doesn't play well out of position, gonna have to. You're gonna be put in too many bad spots by Randy, by the way, basically. And you're still opening way enough hands for shove to be profitable. Go for the bet with the queens is good.
So one of the
But-
unfortunate things about shoving with threes is it does look
Go
strong when then
deeper.
you elect to 3-bet the next hand when you get dealt the stronger hand of queens.
That
Jumping them all in.
Randy, all in, really? So sick.
Both players splitting their range in quite an obvious way there, having a shoving range with their small pairs and
Yep.
probably not shoving anything else. Still a strategy that's very hard to exploit.
So if you shove this hand, I would have started limping. Can start limping now, actually. Gonna be at a stage where he all in or fold a lot, but it doesn't limp this boy. So I think we can still 3-bet.
This boy, it's kind of creepy.
Polarize
with this dash,
hand
I'm
quite a
sorry,
bit.
Like,
He's
Putting a lot to the
splits.
3-bet.
He limps. Okay. Let's pop him up.
So now if we limp the 5-6 off, we should limp some strong hand as well.
He's got 20 big blinds.
The trap. Obviously, it sounds like an awesome strategy, but it's pretty hard to get strong hands in poker, as you guys must know.
Disrespect Elky. Bad manner, right? Nah, I'll be nice to him. He limps. He knows about bad manner from
Okay, it's pretty
Hearthstone.
strong hand.
I'm gonna go ahead and fire out on this flop.
some Hearthstone references for the
Maybe checks better, who knows, but
fans out
First time
there.
he-
calls.
That's this entire series. I would not expect him to lead fold too
I'll
much.
bet here again
but
on
obviously the
turn.
pair is too strong and we don't know how it goes.
It's kind of whatever a little bit, but if he's got a weak 3, he probably folds.
Could even
There's a
lead
king.
some kind of 5-6. To be honest,
Hand
there's like
looks
so
so
many hands that
bluffy.
he could lead here.
I'm actually gonna give this one up.
I'm so curious about his hand. Value
It looks
betting.
weird
But I
that
think I can value bet, to be honest. I might go with a 5. I could have just like so many draws that are missed. So I think I can value betting here. It's a bit vicious, but I think it's okay. Hi, here we go, Randy boy.
Elky all in with the king 10.
Elky is better at the short stack though, so don't like don't like the blinds being this high.
Gonna be betting this board because it's just too obvious if we don't. Right, and we're gonna get value from king.
I'm gonna
Fair.
float here. I feel like he bet his whole range
No,
on this
actually, I like to
flop.
bet a turn
I
again
know.
because not only do you get value from the queen.
Man,
but
he bets again. Does he bet every turn? Interesting.
Costas is gonna be better because if he has an ace, we're
Not
gonna
every
check back
turn.
the
Sometimes
river
if there's
and
4 cards in a
we're gonna
row,
lose a lot less.
he doesn't because he thinks
And
he
if
has a
he
string.
check any bets, I think he will bet a bigger amount.
Randy Lou in good position to equal things up here. You can see on his face the determination, how desperate he is
Feel like we have
to
to do
close
this
this out. Wow,
Snap shows on
Elky
me.
going
to do
for
it.
the 4-bet with 5-7 suited. Just felt that Randy was up to something.
Fold. Flop a set.
That's the flop
Okay,
that was-
let's
that'd be a nice flop for
Did
last
Elky
year.
check this back? Or no,
pot.
they're at
No.
6-12, pardon me. Yeah, of course.
He lets it go.
Also because of the doesn't c-bet all that much. Of course, I have to fold more to c-bet. I mean, on this board, I would have to fold.
You never want to be down.
Ace high on a
so
free board is pretty blur.
let's pull
So we
it
almost
through
got
so I don't feel like an idiot.
Could have bet here. I think he's also fine. Up the bottom pair. Bet him to bet this board a lot. Bet's a bit smaller than usual. That dry.
And Elke
Bet or two.
outdrawing Randy on the river.
He might check a. Might check a flush draw, but it's not very likely, I think.
Got a pair of kings. I don't know. What is he bluffing here with, really?
Good fold from Randy Lou, recognizing
I feel like
I
he's
get
just.
some,
that with that 4 on the river and the
I
flush
don't
draw coming in,
feel-
Elke doesn't have many
I
bluffs.
feel like he's gonna be betting this card after he checks the turn, right? So we have to be betting in those situations. Like I have to play a very different. Holy shit! Almost mistake here. I have to play a very different game than against Jungleman because Jungleman had the tendency to bluff. Now I think he's been folding a lot to the second barrel. So with the equity that we picked up, we can go for it. We could win with a likely of 3 and 8 or a queen.
You just said go for it, and
I'm gonna check raise here.
Laura
What?
earlier.
Feels really strong.
Randy Lou
Oh,
picking
man.
the best
This
hand to
doesn't
bluff
feel like
with.
he has it.
Feel
Go
Been a
for
feature of
it.
this match.
Connect 4. Go for the glory.
but-
Go for the score.
He has not seen me turn check raise once.
Connect 4.
No draws really. Does he really expect me to check raise like 7-8 here? Probably not. He might make a big laydown here.
Oh.
And if Elke could find the jam here, this would
Well,
work.
for him to fold, of course. Not too sure what to do on some rivers, but let's see.
Well, the better way here would be to call. We present an ace, and if he checks
Yeah.
the river, we can easily bluff him
I
off.
think that's a great strategy from
Rivers and
Elke.
Ace.
Pretty good. And now if he had like 5-7 or 6-7, also we can bluff him off.
Randy Lou has the best hand here,
Fires is obviously
but
pretty hard.
turned it into a bluff on the turn.
Would he fire with a misdraw? Calling with queen eye? Never actually. He played pretty fast.
Two pair. What do you think, guys?
We shove as a bluff if you best 10k here. Because they're
Tough card for Randy to bluff here
I
if he
think-
does think Elke has an ace.
more likely that he has.
I don't think he's got a. Huh. I'm actually. The river card's kind of bad. Let's go and check.
And Elke,
Let's not blow up here.
The ace, right? That's definitely what we would do.
If the river didn't come at ace, man, I'm more likely to continue
Probably would
firing.
bet big ace on
on the
the
river.
streets. So.
Um,
Elke does
So-
turn queen high into
Nice.
a bluff.
Wow,
Elke.
so sick! I won. Maybe I'm gonna be a genius.
Okay.
And that's the problem
Oh,
with
man, I saw it to
taking
go two on the
hands
turn.
which
I almost folded so
can
sick. I
show
was like,
down
oh, man.
to and turning them into a bluff. Outplayed a little bit there,
What am I
Randy
instinct?
Lou, and the advantage in this
Sequence
match
good.
has
Yeah, I
switched
got
back
lucky.
in
That
Elke's
we were to be able
direction
to
once
bluff it,
more.
but it's okay. Now we got the lead back, so that's good. Obviously. And I think he still fold often enough for us to 3-bet here.
He re-raises me. I got pocket threes, man. I'm actually.
I mean,
Time, Randy.
with the hands Elke's
Yeah,
been
he
picking
just
to
has to
3-bet,
shove.
He's gonna
so
come to the same
profitable.
conclusion.
I think it really suits Elke, this agreement for Randy to not look
I
at the
agree.
stream because
Believe in him.
he does get pretty out of line, just picking pretty random hands.
The
at
genius
times
after all, he
to
played
3-bet.
13.5 million hands of online poker. And I'm not kidding, actually, he is a poker genius. Sometimes I'm trolling a little bit. Not. But this time I'm not.
Seems like Randy's suffering some connection problems. Just to remind you guys, this is Eltrand Grospellier of the top of the table Paris Aviators
It's pretty fun
against
to play
Randy Liu
Alright.
that way, actually.
of the Hong Kong
Oh,
Stars.
Okay,
My
he
opponent.
re-raised me.
Stuff it in
I'm
there.
gonna go all in here. Let's go. Feel like there's a decent chance he folds, and he does.
That's good job.
And these
Scary
guys-
to get. He's probably like, man, what's Randy thinking? It takes so long, and
Neck
go have to
and
go.
neck.
Oh shit. Oh my god! I just fucking folded kings. Shit, sit back in. God, my god. DQ. So sick. I just folded kings pre-flop. Jesus Christ.
It's not a huge loss, but of course he doesn't know that.
So sick.
Sucks, but
Man. Because I got disconnected and it sent me out.
it's amazing how when
And
you
then, I don't know. I just
when you get sit out on a hand like kings, you just think, like, oh my god, I can't. Like
So
you just
freaking
think you would
sick.
have like won the match, but the reality is when you see the cards of the other opponents, just queen deuce off, you know, you wouldn't have really made that much. But it's amazing how like that's going to affect him for sure for the
Yeah,
rest of
that's
the match.
frustrating.
Was fun to
And this
play.
match,
So it's pretty
very
fun to watch.
evenly poised.
Holding.
A slight edge for Elke at the 1,000, 2,000 level.
Which was one of my favorite levels actually.
One of Griffin Bench's favourite levels. Are either of these guys in your top 5 all time?
Yeah.
Top 5 dinners you've had in Malta?
Yeah.
You have to
I'd
raise
say
sim more hands.
First win.
Man, I want to limp raise here. So sick. Could have done it to be honest.
Even Matt training.
Probably a mistake not to limp raise. Well, first is 6-9, so it's pretty sick end number, and then because I limp quite a bit, I think that was just the timing to do it. Pleb, misplay, misleader. We fold some hands here. It's gonna be very expensive to fold hand because the blind are gonna be up in 2 minutes. Now it's already pretty big.
Hope he shoves. Okay, no, he doesn't. He's jack. Not the best flop. But I'll fire anyways.
We float here. Yeah, we float. He hasn't been double barreling too much.
Turn an ace.
Yes,
card
it's just
for
the
us,
worst
so
fucking
bet
card in
here
life.
on the turn.
This is such a bad card, man. So sick.
Got a little advantage. I didn't misclick. I just didn't sit back in. Just didn't sit back in. I'm gonna put them all in here. A6. It's marginal,
God, Wendy.
but he doesn't limp that much, so raising, it's not bad.
Going game is on point.
Elke not defending the queen high of 15 bigs.
Let's have some justice, guys. I voted King's pre-flop. Let me win this, please.
I think if you raise here, I almost want to shove. Really cool call.
Some justice. I would love some justice. It feels so fishy. Internet LOLs.
So I think when I check with the flop, it doesn't give me too much credit. So try to be doing more. And when I limp the button, it looks like it doesn't give me too much credit either.
This frequency seems kind of low for re-raise all in.
Might just be a statistic or
Queen Jack here, he limps.
nobody's over.
I could shove here actually, but I'm actually gonna play it slow and check. Seems like an ace high trap a little bit, and my hand's not bad. I'm actually gonna check call him to 2 overcards.
Oh, it's a great card for us. Boss.
He fires the turn as
Don't
usual.
pay, don't pay, don't pay.
Whatever. Usually I just jammed at pre-flop, but something didn't sit right.
And this could be the
If
moment.
he jams here, I'll call off.
Randy
Whoa.
Lou going to make the call with
Maybe it's the
suited
time,
king
Wendy.
queen.
Maybe it's time to
I
hold one
king
time.
suited after all, right?
I mean, I definitely
got
have to
king
hold
queen
because if
suited,
he's
he shoved
tanking,
19, but
he's never gonna
I
tank
just
with
can't
sevens or
hold king
better.
suited heads up,
So it
because
means
even if he's got like
he's,
ace 9 or ace 8, I'm like
in your hand,
45%.
otherwise
If he's got a pair or worse
Oh, see,
king,
we want him to
like
call
king
with
jack, I just have to call here.
2 internet legends.
Phone call.
Morpheus
let's
is
go,
fighting
guys,
Neo.
all in. Let's go. He's got 6s, a coin flip. Come on. Queen on the flop. No 6, please. Justice.
Time is 6.
Justice
God, it's
one
like a 6
time.
reverse, so
I
sick.
voted King's pre-flop. Let me win. Okay,
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
Bye bye, Elky. Bye bye, you fish.
Nice. Yeah, lucky.
Elky's probably like, oh, so sick. Alright, so
sick.
1-1.
He slowed me too, kinda. I mean,
Ah.
yeah, that's a call king queen suited here, I think.
Feels so good.
Ah, it's so broad. What the fuck? Never win flips. GG, Randy.
To sit, how do you do the heart? How do you shape it? Like this. Good job, Randy.
Griffin Benja. It's his birthday. Please be generous with him.
Great win for Randy Lou. needed it after the first 3 points there for the Aviators. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the standings a lot in the lounge in a little bit, but really need to get 3 points for the Hong Kong Stars to get them fighting back in that division.
Yep, for sure. Randy, over the moon. Obviously, a lot of professional pride. These guys probably know each other really well. PokerStars representative, members of the Twitch community, also a gaming background for both of them. So, you know, a lot of personal pride on the line in this contest. And you could see how desperate Randy Liu was to equal things up. Both now secured 3 points for their franchise. The decider still to come.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the third match. Obviously, Elke, in a lot of ways, like you said, it really favored his sort of game plan, his play style, not having the information about the hands. Why did you say that, do you think?
Yeah, well, just because Randy Liu was giving Elke a lot of credit in certain spots. You know, that 4-bet all-in with the pocket threes, Randy was a little bit worried about it because he perceived Elke as having played kind of tight in certain spots. But actually, Elke was picking just random hands to 3-bets at times, barreling in unconventional spots. And Randy was getting himself in a bit of a pickle, outthinking himself, out-leveling himself. Whereas if he'd had that information, he might have been able to make more accurate adjustments.
Do you like the idea of two people playing each other that don't actually have been looking at the stream, or do you prefer it when they just sort of have all the information?
Yeah, I think it makes for a slightly purer contest. But it's always nice as a fan to get those reactions when they see they've been bluffed earlier.
And also just see the George Danzers.
Yeah, exactly. See Vanessa Selp's reaction when she realizes Anatoly's made a folded aces on the turn.
Right.
You know, to see her reaction to it's interesting.
It's really too bad about, the 10% of the GPL that Elke doesn't trust.
Yeah,
because if he trusted all of them, we would just not have them be allowed to watch the stream.
I think we could name a few of them. Yeah, I only trust 70% of the production team, and actually only 50% of the people in the lounge. Let's go over and see how those guys are doing.
You're throwing to them now? Go.
He can't leave it like that. Which 50%?
Oh,
I'm
you know.
assuming it's with me. It's got to be
Right.
with me.
Never
That
trust
last
blondes,
match,
Never trust blondes.
can I just say, justice!
Yeah, you're a big fan. You're a Nanonoko fan. It's really.
I am not a fan of anyone.
Oh.
I am on the line.
Do you know who I'm a fan of? I'm a fan of Sam Grafton because he does believe in me, so
Oh,
makes a big
really?
difference. Yeah, it was a great match, right? We had some fun. there,
Really
and
fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got his justice, though.
We're about 110, 120 hands into this match total. Could it be the quickest 120 hands
know,
we've
they're
seen so
too
far?
fast.
They're playing really fast, and it's great poker too. It's fun to see them
It
in
is.
action.
Really fun to watch. It is 1-1 now. 3 points for the Paris Aviators. 3 points for the Hong Kong Stars. At this moment in time, the Paris Aviators are at the top of the standings. Will they stay there by the end of the night?
No, they're not. Moscow is in front. So
Oh,
they need
sorry.
3 points,
Yeah, you're right. By
So I'm
1 or
refusing
2
to answer that
points?
question.
By 1 or 2 points?
They are 2 points. 2 points ahead. Mr. Filatov doing yeoman's work earlier today.
Okay, let me rephrase my question. Will Paris regain the lead by the end of the night?
I only answer one question at a time, Laura. Yes, I do believe it'll be Elke's moment in the next few moments.
Who do you think's been playing better poker?
I think they've both been playing really well. I think they've been playing very solid. Maybe we need to see a few more tricks. They've been very solid. Not making any false moves, not even attempting anything. So it's been a quiet match so far. I think that's why it's gone so fast. Maybe the one that dares, pull off a few masterful bluffs here and there might win the match.
Do you think the moustache is helping?
Yeah, the moustache. It's very good. Yeah, I have to comment on the moustache, right?
You should get a moustache.
Well, the good news for me compared to Elke is that I could have a moustache tomorrow morning, whereas Elke, I think, has been growing that thing for about 5-6 months now. So.
Does grow faster, that facial hair, doesn't
Laura.
it, Danny?
Yes, us French Canadians need the warmth for the cold weather.
Maybe we should get our commentators with a moustache too.
Well, I mean, Griffin would be there, right? We can get
He'll
that
do
done
anything.
Tomorrow. Yeah, he already has the hair for it, so Sam is a bit more fair, so maybe it'll take a little longer.
Indeed. Well, don't forget it though, coming up after this next match, we have a very exciting next match too.
Speaking of manly facial hair,
What?
Todd Brunson with the beautiful,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
the beautiful beard, and Jeff Gross, he likes the
He's quite
little
clean
pretty
shaven.
boy look,
He's
right?
quite clean shaven, Greg.
Yeah, he's very the surfer boy look. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get trashed on Twitch right now. By the way, I thought
We
you should
need to
know.
stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. Jeff Gross versus Todd Brunson, the Rome Emperors versus the Berlin Bears. The Berlin Bears have not really got up to the top half of the table in the Eurasian Conference once, have they?
Yeah, I think Berlin, for Rome, this is a big match. We were joking about it, but both teams are at the bottom of the basement, and one of these teams will not be at the end of the night. That's how you do drama here at the GPL. But you know, right? Yeah, but I mean, if one of those two teams can get 9 points, it's going to make a real difference. And suddenly we'll have one team that'll be really desperately looking for points next week. So again, you might not think that a 5th or 6th place team matchup is important, but it is crucial at this point of the season.
Yeah, that last match of the evening from the Eurasia Heads Up is coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you stay with us after this last game. This is the third and final game of the Elki versus Nanonoko pairing. It is 1-1 right now.
That's right.
I suddenly thought, that is it, isn't it?
Wow, it's been
yeah,
so
it is.
fast.
It is 1-1. There's been a lot of hands played. Who will win this clinching decider, this very last third game between the Hong Kong Stars and the Paris Aviators?
Eric and Laura, always so informative, always so charming. You don't not like one of them apparently, but that's just that's your problem.
Just to go back to the game for a moment, there's there's a lot to play for, as Eric was saying. If Paris Aviators representative Elki can win here, Paris Aviators go back to the top of the division.
Bingo bongo.
In terms of the face-off between the Hong Kong Stars and the Aviators, switches from an 8-point gap to an 11-point gap if Elki wins, or is cut down to 5 points.
Big match right here.
So in terms of the franchises, there's a lot to play for. And as we said, these guys, both representatives of poker stars, both Twitch legends, a lot on the line.
All right, Wendy, here we go. Game 3. Game 3. But
take the first
it's
blind
such
down.
a shame that we don't play live because I have the
1-1
sickest
boys.
intimidation
Boys,
against
gotta be
Wendy. I got the sickest
scared.
mustache, and obviously Wendy cannot get one. So he'll be so jealous
mustache.
when he sees me. He will just
So
like lose
jealous.
all his aptitude. So 1-1. It's a lot of fun to play those games though. And a lot of fun to talking to you guys at the same time. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I do. It's a lot of fun, even though obviously there's not much money on the line compared to what you usually play for, but just battling a friend and the thrill of the league and the team thing is really cool. So I'm enjoying it a lot.
See if Elki continues with his high frequency C-bet strategy. Does bet this middling strength hand. Again, with a diamond and a straight draw, might be a hand you check back.
Two pair has to be good, obviously.
What to make of it?
Not close enough to the nuts, but I
Probably.
believe that
Maybe
we have to
means
get
he
the
hit the board a bit more.
value
So
on this
despite
card.
picking up a little draw, I'm gonna let go of my pair.
Pretty good flop. I expect him to be betting quite a bit, so especially those boards. So of course we check call it. Actually, he's been double barreling a little bit more lately, so I think he could bet this board. No, I think that he might call us with an ace here. Just the board, especially if he has a good ace high.
He
I
likes
think
to
he
do
might-
these bets to try to get ace highs to call him.
Hmm.
And
Nice.
yeah, I got a good ace high, but it beat like what 4-5. He's probably not even defending that pre-flop.
Good fold from Randy Liu. Picking up on his opponent's
Hey, I didn't never
tendencies.
flop a set in the GPL, did I? Oh, I
The
thought
funny
set up
thing is
aces
that,
earlier,
like,
never mind.
I think Griffin Banger and Squid,
Also plus one against
Sam
Jeremy Boyd.
Grafton were saying like,
So-
yeah, the winner, the winner gets to eat dinner with them.
Yeah, we played for the
Honestly, that's
first
like
place.
a abysmal beat. I do not want to eat dinner with either of them. But actually, if I had to choose one of them, I probably would choose Griffin. Sam Grafton's cool too, but I would probably choose Griffin. He seems more nano happy kind of guy.
Absolute
I don't even know what that means.
bombshell
Let's
here
not
at
take
the
all that back. Let's
GPL.
just play some poker.
Randy Liu prefers
Now
Griffin
that's a
Benjamin.
birthday present. Who
No
paid him
action.
to say that?
Wow.
Was that
Yeah,
my
and
birthday
I'm
present,
gonna
Sam?
try to push the pedal maybe a little bit more while the blinds are deeper. I'm gonna check this flop. Could easily bet as well, but yeah, whatever. He bets. I wonder if he's winning, like, is he bluffing me in these small pots? I'm really not sure.
Elki's fold to 3-bet is very, very high, actually. I wonder if people are going to take advantage of that in future matches.
Again, I said I'm going to open maybe 100% of buttons now against this guy.
Or 4-bet more, which are both fine options. That we can do it with those kind of hands. But flop trips is good. I almost want to check and give him a chance to bluff again, because
I mean, I wonder if I'm gonna
he's
continue to
always
check
folding to
fold,
my
check
double
fold,
bar,
check
right?
fold. He checks back this time. I think king high has enough showdown value. I'm just going to check. He bets pretty big now. I've seen him do these plays with strong hands as well.
Elki,
Despite usually you don't think someone has a jack here, but Elki's the type of guy who might. And whatever, I have king high.
yeah,
Yeah,
Elki
maybe
changing his bet sizing
whatever.
there according to the strength of his hand, going for a bigger bet with a stronger hand on the river. And out flops Randy Lou here with the jack deuce.
Could have a 7, but more likely is gonna we're gonna have the best hand.
Not fold ace high every single time. The pairs, and he might have rivered a pair. Who knows? He had a pair of twos.
You can. Wendy is a great player, so obviously you cannot discount this. Like great players, it's hard to discount any kind of outcome or any kind of hand from his range or something. But here we're just gonna give up. I think might be a good river. Oh man, I could have bluffed for sure. Sick. Could have bluffed for sure. We're gonna go for the bet here. First of this game.
Again, Elki sort of choosing to 3-bet based on the way the match has been going, the fact he hasn't 3-bet yet,
Wendy on the other hand
rather
has been
than
betting a lot.
picking a specific range of hands. Queen 8 suited,
He also
a
fluffed again
little
here.
unorthodox, just because it does flop so well, can't peel a 4-bet
spade.
easily. Not that
Very
that's been a
relevant.
huge feature,
I think we
feature in the
borrowed
match.
again here because he's very likely to fold second pair hand
I guess
or even
wants
another king high that
flops to
beats us.
turn. Really high frequency to turn. I don't know. Maybe I'm floating flop low too much because he bets the turn so high frequency.
I think it's better to bet here. I mean, if he has a queen, it's gonna be the same result. Might call quite a bunch of ace high if we do bet it. But he will check behind.
Pretty good hand here. I'm just gonna re-raise him.
So obviously here we're gonna be defending.
Calling's
He's been
just
3-betting
lines.
way much to have nuts every time. Pretty terrible board for us. I expect him to be betting it all the time though, right? Even though he is, but it's just so sad. I mean, like, there's no turn we want to see here. It's just so brutal, man. Ugh. Yo, at least we had a spade. I think we float here. You only want to see a king. Just okay, I guess.
Randy Lou continuing rather to open his button at a very high frequency, raising the 4-10 off.
Dude, I think we see a flop when we're that deep and we have position.
Elki
It's a good flop.
defending now with 5-3 suited. Said he wasn't defending
No, it's pretty
enough.
decent.
Yeah.
We have
Uh,
pair
but,
and a lot of
Flop.
backdoor equity. What the?
An interesting
I
turn
mean,
card.
He does a spade draw. Obviously now if he has a
I'm gonna check turn. Scary.
even less outs.
Because it does improve my hand, but man, I don't think he bets this turn without having me beat.
For most of the pairs, I don't think we're
Hope he-
making
hope he-
4 ace 10 ace jack. Most of the ace high. Better to check and
I mean, Elki,
play the river.
I mean, it's worked out because this was a river he was going to have to shut down on. But I'm surprised he didn't turn the
I think
5-3
he will be
suited into a
trapping with
bluff
two
here.
pairs and not folding them.
He's got a pair of threes, okay?
Yeah, it's okay. 46.
Good thing he didn't bet that river. I don't think I could call a river bet on that one too. Thank God he didn't
Oh, he wasn't folding
realize
obviously either.
he
We'll have
should
to see
maybe
what-
fire sometimes there.
Yeah, I agree with Randy Lou there. I think it's a perfect
Maybe
opportunity
to,
for Elke to
Yeah, I think
start barreling.
not necessary at this stage of the game.
Elke's sizing is just so interesting. It's just it's very
Okay,
kind
we're
of
almost back to even.
small.
Yeah,
We got for the
I kind of agree. I mean, a tournament player, it's not
yeah,
that
should be
surprising.
more now.
Mhm.
Here again, I think
Huh?
he's changing his sizing based on his hand strength
course,
rather
okay.
than having one
Big
size with
balance,
range.
yeah.
There, he's got ace 10,
And
which
the-
is a playable hand, but doesn't want to inflate the pot too much, so picking
But
a
he
smaller
does give
sizing.
for,
Uh,
erase
interesting to
quite a
see whether future
bunch of,
opponents do
credibility, so that's good.
pick up on this.
And now we flop the gut shot. Easy,
Anatoly Filatov
bet,
proving that you can
course.
play a more unorthodox strategy, a creative strategy, and crush. So you know, I'm sure Elke knows what he's doing.
So I remind you guys, yeah, we can hear each other, and we also agree with Randy not to watch the stream or to get information from the stream, which is something that usually poker player, of course, like the given that you watch the stream of the tournament you're playing, if you're like playing the final table or something to get the information. But we thought it would be more fun that way for this match. So
Yeah. Bit of sportsmanship from these guys as well to trust each other.
Masterclass, really.
you guys can let us know what you think actually on Twitter as well if you want. On our Twitter, I think it's at Nanonoko and at Elke Poker. And if you enjoy the show or if you thought it would be better with the possibility of looking back at the stream while we play the hands that we played previously, whichever is more fun for you. Both really fun to play for me. Hope for Wendy too.
More complete misses. He does his third pop bets.
A small lead back here. Thanks to some successful bets. Good 3-bet here, but I could also flat. It's fine. I think like if I check raise, he's not gonna. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna check raise it here. So a spot where when I check raise, I feel like he doesn't give me credit, and he doesn't give me credit, especially on this kind of board. And
Not this
he
time.
doesn't double. It doesn't bar off too much. So there's less value in trapping.
Randy Lou flopping
It
best.
doesn't check raise that much either, so we're just gonna go for it here. We have a lot of great turn for us. Then is not one of them. Gonna check it. This is pretty good. I mean, if he bets, he's still quite likely to have a 10, I believe. But with all the missed draws, it's just like, I don't think I can fold it.
It's a side
Doesn't
call,
feel
yeah.
too good, but I don't think
Must have had an ace.
I can. Doesn't
Got
feel
some
too
value
good.
there.
I mean, yeah. you
One
could
of the
have-
problems with the continuation bet
Yeah,
is
like
you
ace
do
jack,
strengthen your
could have,
opponent's
like-
range though. They're going to have 10 way more than if you
Right.
just check back the
not
flop
very much, but
with a hand that no better hand folds
yeah,
probably.
I don't know. That was close.
Sam Grafton.
I think it's
Losing
alright.
less
it's
money in that
alright,
hand.
but
No, I'll probably lose the same because it goes bet bet
Right,
turn
that's true, yeah.
turn river,
Yeah.
but it's just a more comfortable call on the river.
Sometimes
There's
you
more.
just have to,
Sam Grafton
yeah,
finding
follow you
different
in-
ways to lose.
especially more so important in.
I
heads-up,
lose
right?
my
Because
money
the
in a
flow
more
of the
game theory
game and-
optimal
Yeah,
way
yeah.
than Elke does that.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just like there's more to it. There's like much more to it than just GTO, especially in heads up. 2-bet again. No, hand is definitely way too strong to be folding, so we're gonna be defending it. It's way too strong to be folding, and it's also
We flop a
pretty much
pair.
way too strong to be
gonna check.
Did he
I put
hear
that to
me
flop.
do that?
Actually,
God, you're good.
I'm gonna check.
check call, and the turn was, I believe. And now the turn is a 9. It's pretty sick hand for us.
Gives me more
Would he be
outs.
trapping? I think. He's not trapping often enough. We definitely want to. And there will be like a lot of hands that you could play in a tricky way that we are like crushing, especially now.
6, 7, 6,
Now we-
8. Hearts.
I don't expect him to.
I'm actually gonna let this go.
Too much.
I'm not feeling too good about this one.
Wow. Randy Liu making the correct decision there. Was in very, very bad shape.
I think it's a decent hand to check raise here with ace of heart. We can put pressure on a lot of turns, and also I think this is the board that he would have been c-betting at a very high frequency. Now I think probably has ace high, to be honest. Or he had 6-7, or he had heart. So sick.
Yeah, you see, I mean, again, that's the
might
problem
have
with check raising that hand
bluffing
is
that
he
up.
doesn't even get better ace highs to fold. So, you know, it seems a bit.
It seems to be bothering Sam Grafton.
Well,
Obviously,
no, I'm just saying it's a strange hand
I
to
would have
check
fired
raise there.
any heart or like
It's true.
anything that give me like a
Just
spade
busting
draw.
you.
You know, there's so many gut shots you can check raise.
Yeah.
Three
Could
straights.
have probably
Hands which, you know, can't win at
bet the
showdown.
river.
I feel like graftoning is like a thing that's it has some potential. It is graftoning to be kind of
Here we could check raise,
bothered
but we
by
have
some
enough
things
equity,
you're
and I
doing
don't think he
incorrectly.
powers off too much. So go for
I
the
agree
check
with
call with ace
Both
high.
of them have a very, very
Um,
high continuation bet strategy.
yeah.
And
Doesn't
we
seem like
river.
they're very comfortable checking parts of their range.
Right.
2 pairs, sorry. 2 pairs that we're gonna be value betting here.
I think that's wow, really small, interesting value bet. I really
Getting
think that's
tense.
also a reflection. I mean, that almost might
He's got a little chip advantage right now. Blinds are getting big. Really need to just hold on. He limps. I'm gonna take a free flop. I raised every time he limps, so it's cool down sometimes. Turn a flush draw. Actually gonna fire here for value.
If you don't know what you're doing, guys, just
Really
keep
weird
betting.
card for him to consider
Fair
raising,
enough.
to be honest. Yeah, he's not going to.
Things delicately poised between these two. Slight chip advantage to
Lines
Elke.
are
Still have the lead,
of
but very, very close game.
Batting it
Fun
out,
game.
remember, for 3 points that would
against
push
somebody winning.
Paris Aviators to top of the table.
Okay, we still
And we got the nuts. It's pretty good.
God.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna 3-bet too.
Wonder
I
if
think
he
we're gonna go
raises
for the 4-bet here. Last time we 4-bet,
I wonder if he expects
we made
this,
him
though.
fold. We made him shove on us. I mean, now obviously the situation is a bit different, but
I kind of want to take a
I
bet.
think it's just enough that he could think he has
Do something about it, yeah. Bad move by me.
equity in that spot.
Let that one go.
Most likely just didn't have a hand.
Like that choice of hand to 3-bet from Randy Liu, but obviously running into it. Elke with
I mean, they're both fine,
huge
of
pair.
course. Folding is fine. If you think he's doing it too much, but we know he also
Ace
was
king,
able to
alright.
shove over the top
I'm gonna re-raise this one.
last game. Over top of
Ace
4-bet,
king?
so it's not like, and he's just doing it again now, so it's not like he's doing it.
You can see in the middle of your screen,
Not like
Elke won the first match. Randy Liu won the second. And earlier today, we saw Anatoly Filatov win 2 games to 1 against Vanessa Selps, the legend herself.
bluff now is just gonna might
the
be
original
tempted to give a
multi-tailor.
bit less credit to Archie.
I actually love the little thing in the middle with this because it's like X's and O's. You play that when you're a kid?
Noughts and crosses, we used to call it, yeah?
Knots and crosses?
Noughts and crosses, yeah.
Noughts and
I usually see
crosses.
bad,
Big
but
blind,
he's
he's
the one I
X's and
wanna
O's
flops
around
come
front,
out.
pal.
If you
checks.
throw away, I might
He probably has a
put it out
pair.
there.
He's been doing this with like mid-pair a lot, actually.
The bar.
Or ace highs. So I'm
No.
gonna check down my pair threes.
Win, I guess.
Oh,
sick.
okay, he's got three
Sick. Oh my
high.
God, I wanna bet like
Nice hand.
some rivers too and win. I would have bluffed some river and win, so sick.
These two
Yeah, obviously in this
in
particular
general,
scenario it was wrong. but,
seem very evenly matched, Griff.
easy to,
Not much to choose
so
between the two of them in terms of skill levels. and very
Put some
delicately
right.
poised this game.
No, we're just gonna check.
A lot of people commenting on the stream that
Obviously, it's all
Nanonoko should
about
dye his hair blonde. Of
not
course,
doing
being a
anything,
Dragon Ball Z
so-
reference, I agree. I think he looks like early season Goku, and we need to get him to the
And if he
next
doesn't have those,
different levels of Super Saiyan.
What was that a reference to?
Dragon Ball Z. You ever
Dragon,
heard of
Give him
it?
the
Dragon
hand.
what?
Dragon Ball Z.
never have it.
You never heard of it?
Mm.
It's it was a manga, which is like a comic that turned into a TV show, which I think
good.
exploded its popularity. It was probably already super popular as a comic, but I never read them.
Mhm.
And it's about this. It's
Yeah, you
similar
kinda
to
don't want to
Superman,
be,
like story of Superman.
Too predictable, right? So
Queen's a good hand.
have to
down there and then just fights,
get some spots.
protects Earth, even though
Good. Winning too much. We have to forbet
please.
a bit more. I should have probably forbet this hand. Better to forbet with a blocker, of course. The blinds are getting pretty big too, so we're gonna need to flop a full house. Wow, that feels like a good idea. Yeah. Now I think I'm gonna go for the raise here, even though it looks like it doesn't make sense.
Should raise me.
Some move I pulled off
Really?
earlier with ace high. So if he has like any kind of
Okay,
equity,
yeah.
he might not have
Whatever, just have it.
be relinquishing it. But the thing is, like, Wendy doesn't really barrel dead too much, so it's just like the spot where if I check call against he hits something sick, then we are not getting we're not getting
Interesting here with
much
both
action
players
anyways, right?
holding the same
So-
cards. Elki 3-bets the king 10 off.
I don't need to call, but I also
816
think
level
that
coming
he
up.
was
not the greatest
three
board, but
betting
still a decent board to
That's
bet
my
level.
decent amount.
Quite a lot of good turn cards for us.
And Elki getting the better of Randy there. King 10 versus King 10.
The blind went up so sick. The blind are so big now. I think those board also are the ones that I'm looking to barrel off. Obviously, he could have a jack, but he has a 4 or deuce. He's a bit likely to fall on a hero straight. So place in the GPL, guys. Obviously, it's still the preliminaries, but being first is always feel good. Would feel pretty good.
Whenever I call from the big blind,
Looks like he tanked here, right?
leading chips
tanked
never
it, right?
flop anything.
And you wouldn't do that.
I don't hate call
would not
flopping
take
anything
big
from the
bet.
big blind.
Randy Lou bemoaning his luck, and he has run slightly bad
He
this
can, like,
match.
call, but he doesn't.
Again, Elki
Not a
out
great
flopping
flop.
the Hong Kong style representative.
I'm still fired though.
Queen is a pretty irrelevant card. If anything, it's pretty good for us. Just makes it less likely that he has it. But I don't think we can get much value here.
Maybe I beat ace 8 or something, but probably
Maybe
lose.
if he bets, maybe.
Again, that continuation bet just
King
serving to
5. I don't
strengthen his
think he's
opponent's
going
range
SI.
and
He
ensure
might
that Ace 10
actually,
can't
but-
win at showdown.
Yeah, so it's just a check back. Yeah.
I would think not. So now we're gonna be in a spot where we're gonna have to limp soon as well.
Again, flop.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these guys are legends of the game, and
so
it's
annoying.
so easy for us
Just
in the booth
because,
to talk about what people should be doing because we see
blind,
their cards. But it's also stuff that
are
I
going
think
up,
when
going
Randy
up
looks
again,
back on
and
this, he's gonna say, okay, I can
definitely a
improve.
spot
These are the
where it's gonna
reasons
be
why.
a-
I don't think it's necessarily, that he's someone with too big an ego or stubborn
No,
not
of
to
course.
improve.
And
Either of them. I mean, anyone in this league. We've seen the sort of the chinks in the armor of a lot of players.
And Randy is going to jam.
I feel like he's just waiting.
Don't
for this
call
time
me,
to go
or don't
and-
snap call me. He does call with ace 5. No 5. No 5.
Two
one
hearts on the
time or
flop.
heart. Come on.
For a hearts, for a sweat.
Pretty good.
That's a
Now some chop
card,
outs.
Kind of.
Some
Low-
opportunities.
Middle
I
card,
like to say.
7? I don't know.
Fuck,
6.
so
Do I
sick.
win this
God.
pot?
Yes, you
Do I
do.
chop or
So
win?
feel like he was
I don't even know. King, Jack, Jack, Ace 9. Okay, double up, guys. A double up.
Randy
Like,
Lou.
That's why I play online poker. They tell me when I can chop the potter.
Great.
Just really had no idea.
burst of
we got
emotion.
A little chip lead right now. Ace 9 here. I'm gonna raise.
From Randy
A
Lou.
little chip lead right now.
pretty sick.
He's check raised me on these boards so far, so I'm actually gonna check back this flop.
No, I
These
think
paired boards, he's been
he
check
has it
raising a
most
bit.
of the time when
If he bets her on the turn, I'll call at least one. My pair of 9s.
I don't think he has diamonds, so I think we're
I'd
gonna
be
be
really surprised if he
uh,
tries to bluff here.
going to go with this side.
Wow, he bets 4-6-6-9. Oh my god, Elky, what are you doing here? King? Where's 9? Gosh. It really looks like he has a hand, but I'm gonna pay off in case he value bets a 9 like this for some reason. He does value bet a 9 like this for some reason, so win that pot. Like, I don't know what he's doing. What is he trying to get called by? We got queens here. I'm actually just gonna call here pre-flop. 20 big blinds. Like, trap him. I feel like re-raising like
This should go in here. if
flop
Elky
is
decides to bet.
9-8-7. Scary board, but you know what? Just gonna check raise him. All in. Let's go.
What a jam! What a big
As long
jam!
as he
with
doesn't
the
snap
queens.
us. There we go. He doesn't snap, so we got the best hand. If he calls, he probably has like 8-10, 7-10, maybe ace-9.
Good read
I
from
could check
Randy here.
raise the flop, but there's a lot of bad cards, and you know what? Let's just go all in. And he hasn't snapped. Doesn't
Fuck,
know.
Randy, what the
Just a pair. No.
Oh
10
man.
Great turn card for Randy Lou.
or 9.
All on the line on this river card.
Did we
So
win? Yes,
sick.
we won. Yes.
God.
That was so sick.
He actually owned us this last hand. God. Well played, I guess. So sick.
Randy Lou jumping for joy.
What the fuck is that thing? Huh?
Oh my days, what a freeze of Randy Lou's face. 6 points for the Hong Kong
Ah,
Stars.
So sick, Randy.
Oh,
So sick.
hearts. That's so
Ah.
happy to win. It feels so.
Well played to Randy Lou there. The overshove after flatting just pre-flop with queens, or was it checking back? Either way, trapping with the queens, recognizing that it's a great spot to get all the money in. He got the flop he wanted. He dodged those outs, and 2-1 in favor of Nanonoko. You know Elky's going to be upset about that, but Nanonoko really just a lot of fight in this kid.
Yeah, I mean, Randy's suggesting I'm not a fan of his. I can assure him that's not the case. One of the things that is so exciting to me is to see the joy on someone's face when they do win a GPL match. No one seems happier to secure points for their franchise than Randy Lou. The arms outstretched in celebration, big smile on his face, getting one up on another Twitch legend. 6 points secured for Selena Lin and the Hong Kong Stars. Really, really great to see.
Yeah, and a great swing in that Eurasia division, of course, where, you know, the Paris Aviators have just been absolutely crushing, as well as the Moscow Wolverines, of course. So great ground made up by the Hong Kong Stars. We have another match to look forward to today, guys. Todd Brunson is going to be playing against Jeff Gross, who a lot of people became familiar
Doyle
with yesterday.
Brunson's playing?
Doyle, yeah, he's a legend. He's like a big
Doyle
player.
Brunson,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Todd Brunson, Doyle's son, will be playing, and we're really looking forward to seeing the debut of Todd and Jeff Gross, listening to his thought process and all that stuff. But let's finish first of all with this match. What were some of the things that really, really stood out to you? Give us a 30-second.
Yeah, of course.
Grafton.
Both guys battling hard. You know, it's nice when these little rivalries emerge, all in good spirits, but, you know, trusting each other to, you know, agree not to look at the stream, to add an extra dimension to the match. Both players really, really wanting to win. Not, I think, a format that either player is completely familiar with, completely secure in their ranges. But that does make it interesting to watch because, you know, if you haven't played a format like this before, you need some creativity. You need to... work out your ranges as you go along. And that meant every decision was interesting. They both used the web camera to share their thought process, one that I'm sure the fans really enjoyed.
That's great. Okay, guys, we're going to head to the lounge where I believe we may have an interview with a player. That's what Nanonoko, to talk about his win. He's going to be super excited. We're going to be back with you afterwards for Hand of the Match, yeah?
Well, congratulations to Randy Nanonoko Lou. Do we have him on Skype? There he is. Congratulations, Nanonoko. You got your justice. 6 points for the Stars.
Yeah, it feels good, man. Feels good.
Randy, would you say, I mean, you've had your battles with some big competition so far. I think Jungle was a little personal, you wanted to beat him, but does this, this is a fun rivalry with Elky, does this give you some fun bragging rights for the next little while?
Look, I'm going to Monte Carlo pretty soon, and now I'm going to talk smack to Elky pretty much for a whole week. And actually, before the match, he's like, hey, let's bet dinner too, okay? I was like, okay, sure. Well, you know what? Free dinner for me. So feels good, guys. Feels good.
Make sure you go with a big hunger. You need to eat a lot that night.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I order something really nice. But Elky's like a really good friend of mine. I look up to him from his gaming background. I'm a gamer as well, so I'm like, well, this is the first guy. This is like my first poker hero because he was like a multi-tailor from a gaming background, and it's really cool to be able to play on him in such a platform. Like we're both like well-known players these days, and I really have a lot of respect for him, and especially his Hearthstone game. So I don't know. I'm just so happy right now. I don't know what to say.
It's nice to see. Now, you weren't on any social media throughout that match or on the stream, is that right? How difficult was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's better for me actually because I feel like if I am trying to watch like the past stream while playing, like or like reading, getting some info, it actually messes with my mind because when I really put my mind to the game and kind of get in this trance, like a Zen mode, I suppose, like I feel like I play really, really good. So I don't know. I'm happy to do that. I was happy to not really have any distractions, really.
Randy, since you haven't seen the stream, you'll once you do see it, you seem to trick, or at least Elky thought you were tricking him. There's a few times where he had some pretty big reactions to the moves you were making. Was there a strategy there to try to maybe surprise Elky with a few moves?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, really. I was just playing my game, what I thought was the best moves to make against Elky, and I was looking to kind of make some moves here and there. It was kind of my thought process, like, okay, Elky probably watched some of my past matches, haven't seen me do certain things yet, so I was thinking about doing some plays, which you guys probably saw. Some worked, some didn't work. So yeah, I was prepared to play poker to the best of my ability.
What did you think of Elky's moustache?
He doesn't
The
know.
moustache.
He didn't see
Oh,
it
you
yet.
didn't
like
see him?
it,
I didn't
no.
even think. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it.
It's
I'm not a mustache guy. You'll never see me with a mustache. I'll
Oh,
tell
we
you
need the
that.
nano stash. The nano
We
stash
want a
is
nano
next.
stash from Monaco.
A nano stash. Yeah, a nano as in really small stash
That's
that you
right.
can't even see. Okay.
When are you going to Monaco and what do you have lined up?
I'll be there shortly in a day or so. So, and I'm going to play the main event and try to win it. But there's a lot of like good. Elky's going to be there. My team manager is going to be there. So maybe I can get Elky to pay for her dinner too, and we can celebrate and just talk smack the whole time. It should be really fun, and I'm looking forward to being EPT Monte Carlo.
And Nanonoko, you are now 8-4 in heads-up games, quite the formidable record. Do you think Selena will ever take you off? You might be able to. You might have to play for the next 8 months, sir.
Are you tired of GPL yet?
I mean, I did tell her that like I wouldn't mind to see some of our other China stars take some heads-up action. So you might see them rotate in coming up. But I will play a good amount of heads-up matches. But they're definitely good, and like I don't think people know how they play so well. So it's kind of good to throw that surprise factor in, I think.
Well, I think you're doing pretty well for Selena Lin, your manager, and she probably wants to keep you on. So we will see.
She better
if we
be
see-
happy. I'll say that. She better be
I think she will be. I think she will be. Thank you so much for chatting with us. Best of luck in Monaco, and I guess we'll see you back here very soon.
Yep. See you soon.
Bye. I have to do this as well.
Was that your attempt at a heart?
Yeah, like this.
Very good job.
That was Randy Nanonoko Liu winning 6 points, and that matchup heads up against Paris Aviator Elky for the Hong Kong Stars. We're going to go back to the desk, back to Griffin and to Sam to look at a few key hands.
Thanks, prognosticators Eric and Laura. I'm Griffin Benger. This is Sam Grafton. We're here with week 4, of course, of the Global Poker League. If you're tuning in, we really appreciate you guys the last few weeks. And Nanonoko just beat Elky 2-1, and that was a great little interview from the always cheerful. I want to see if, what does that guy look like when he gets swept? I feel like he's still smiling. Like he was able to get the game from Trickett. He got the sweep against Lebedev. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, Randy Liu in and amongst the action since the word go here on the GPL.
Hand of the day, though, right here. So open up with a standard raise from Elky, a defend by Randy Liu with the king 5. Randy obviously flopping best. Elky probably c-betting, I imagine, as you were talking, over c-betting a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the A-side board is in general better for the pre-flop raiser, but these guys had very aggressive c-betting strategies. And because of that, I think your 5 here can be good some percentage of the time. You can call here. But if you're going to pick some hands to check raise, you would imagine they'd be hands containing a 4 or an 8, rather than just a random pair top kicker.
Yeah, we see the check raise here. Pretty small sizing as well from Randy Liu. You know, a bit of an erratic check raise. I'm not really sure why he was doing it or what he was repping, but he just decided that Elky was weak and he was going to try to rep a really, really strong hand.
Well, this was a feature of the match. These guys very much going on poker instincts, adjusting to how they perceive their opponents to be playing, not necessarily having a lot of experience. We've seen players like Bousquet and Luneau who seem to have a real strong sense of where they are in hands. Here you can see, obviously, Randy actually check raising as a bluff with the best hand, and that's definitely a problem.
Yeah, and getting Elky obviously deciding to call and did explain to the audience at home that his intention was were he to miss, if he got the opportunity, he would bluff the river. He got the perfect card to do it. Randy decided this was not the card to bluff, given how many aces Elky should have in his range. 2-barreling. Randy gives up, and as you can see, Elky not even having to go all in, betting pretty small.
I mean, Randy did tank for some time about whether to continue with his bluff, but felt that obviously if Elky has an ace in his hand, when he improves to trips on the river, that part of his range, he's not going to be able to bluff him off. Can take him off hands like 7-6 and such like, but he's not going to be able to take him off, obviously, a straight or any ace-x on the river. So finds himself in a really, really bad spot. That's the problem. When he checks to Elky on the river, Elky able to take the pot away from Randy.
And here we are. There's the bet. Again, not an especially big one.
Yeah, and of course, this is the problem, is that Randy Liu, can actually consider calling there, because some of Elky's floats are going to be hands like Jack 8, for instance. That's a hand that he would double barrel on the turn, call the check raise, and then be able to bluff Randy off the king 5 on the river. And that's why you need to be a little bit more careful about selecting the hands you choose to attack your opponent with, and making sure that, you're not bluffing with the best hand too frequently, and that your hand's got equity on the right sort of runouts.
Yeah, and now obviously, Nanonoko, if he wasn't already, really the star of the Hong Kong stars so far. Obviously, you and I are a big fan of Raiden Khan with the performance he's put up in the 6 max matches. But Nanonoko, really well performance overall in the heads-up matches. Sweeps Lebedev, takes 1 of 3 from Trickett, and now 2 of 3 from Elky. Great ratio. We've been talking about
Jungleman.
Yeah, and we've been Jungleman as well. We've been talking about how the MVP race heats up. Selena Lin has really thrown him into the fire.
Is there an actual MVP
There
race?
is. This is the way sports
You're
work,
going to have
bro.
to come up with the prize for MVP.
Oh.
Is that what you win?
It's a dinner with me. Yeah, obviously, a Nanonoko is like
a birthday dinner. Maybe this time next year we could invite the MVP
again
back.
For everyone
you could
not familiar at home, and I know you guys will hate me, but it is my birthday. And I got a cake, and I'm very excited about it. Unfortunately, they don't let me leave the desk. Like, we have 30, 40 minutes until the next match.
We're chained.
So
yeah, you can't see we've actually got leg irons.
Yeah,
on.
so we're gonna go. I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much for joining us. There was a little nook down here.
Have we got cake down there?
Huh? Yeah, we got a cake right down here. Lounge. See you guys later.
Don't you dare start eating that cake. I want some. Save some for me, please. Right, shall we talk about the standings?
Yes. Let us
In the
talk about the
Eurasian
standings.
Conference, because obviously Hong Kong, they're winning a valuable 6 points for the Stars, but not quite enough to get them beyond 3rd place. Paris Aviators still with 51 points, thanks to earlier the 3 points from Elky, and the Wolverines soaring. Well, 2 points clear of the Aviators.
Hey, they're in first, and I think
And
that's
they
a bit of a
didn't come
surprise
into
after this
today in first, did they?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a surprise that they'll end this week in first place. Great for them, by the way. Great performances by the Wolverines. And then we see the battle. Berlin and Rome are up next. And those are important points to Laura. Again, Berlin could move ahead of London if all goes well. Actually, so could the Roman Emperors if they can win all 3 of those matches. If Todd Brunson can come up big, boy, it could be a night. We could end this night with the London Royals in 5th position, which I don't think anyone saw it coming. So important match here for both Jeff Gross and for Todd Brunson.
I don't have much clue how Todd Brunson's going to play. I don't think I've ever watched his play before.
I mean, we can't say that he's bought a webcam, a new webcam this morning.
Oh, really?
Really early this morning. So he was up very early.
A bit like Anthony Zeno.
Yes,
who
but
had to also go out and buy a webcam.
Correct. But I mean, Todd taking it really seriously, really early this morning, communicating with us, trying to get the best webcam possible. So I think people are underselling Todd Brunson. He is very much an accomplished poker player and a showman. I think he's going to put up a great show later on tonight.
I wonder if he got taken to the webcam shop in his limo.
In the Emperor's limo.
Yeah,
let's
the
not forget.
Emperor's limo.
It's got the big Emperor's logo on it. It's beautiful. Max Piscatore did not. I think remember we saw the last time we interviewed Max. There was a horse race in the back. I think that went really well, and Max is invested on a few dollars on his team.
Well, today has been all about Eurasian heads-up play, as is every single Wednesday here at the Global Poker League while we are in online action. Every Thursday is about America's heads-up play, so we have some great matches tomorrow lined up for you as well. Who we got on tomorrow? Some big guns.
Yeah, some big ones. I mean, the first match, of course, Faraz Jaka, Thiago
That is
Nishijima.
not Faraz Jaka anymore.
That's right. Faraz dealing with a last-minute change due to a little scheduling issue as he's trying to get to Monaco to destroy the EPT Grand Final, of course. So Faraz won't be playing. We'll see the Jonathan Jaffe debut, who was supposed to play last week, and Faraz filled in for him.
Yes, they're having a little swap around there.
That's right. I think it might be a strategy, but Nishijima is confirmed the Decano, one of the top players in Brazil, making a comeback after losing 3-0 to Le François.
He was in the hotel room last time, wasn't he?
That's
right.
He's
changed hotel rooms for this time.
Very near where we are.
1 p.m. Eastern time, that first match, or 7 p.m. Central European time. And then Olivier Busquet, we can't get rid of him.
No, and this could, I mean, when we talk about the top matches, Laura, this, as a poker fan, Busquet, Marchesi, doesn't get any bigger than this. It's also LA, New York, and I think that's sort of appropriate that these two mega powers of the American poker world are meeting up, Busquet and Marchesi, the big cheese, and the guy that beats people up for a living now, Olivier Busquet. So that'll be an interesting match.
And then finally, we have Scott Ball, who made his debut last night in the Six Max, and it was pretty good. He scored 5 points for the Las Vegas Moneymakers. He is playing for Las Vegas up against Montreal national Jason Lavallee, who also played yesterday.
Yeah, Scott Ball already going the head games route. I think Scott understands that he might not be the favored player in most of these matches, so he's going to work the old noggin, and him and Jason have already been at it on Twitter. All for fun, of course, but look for some surprises from Scott Ball tomorrow.
So that is an exciting day of America's Heads Up Poker lined up for you tomorrow. But do not go anywhere, because although we've had some great action already, there is still more to come. We have the final match of the day coming up for you a little bit later. It's kicking off at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Central European Time. So don't go anywhere. This is Rome Emperor Todd Brunson making his debut versus Berlin Bear Jeff Gross.
Can't get enough of the GPL? Head over to globalpokerleague.com for the most complete and up-to-date standings, schedule, stats, and information on your favorite team, as well as full-length match replays, highlights, and epic hands from all of our matches, and much, much more.
Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, the sun won't ask the world if it can rise. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, 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 the sun won't ask the world if it can rise.
I stayed up for the blue moon, but I woke up in the dark. There's a tear across the sky tonight that's echoed in my heart. I see your truth, the strength that lies buried at your root. watch Diana cross the sky, slowly dancing past 1,000 eyes. They can't see her disguise or break through her armor of light. But I know you're true. The strength that lies buried at your root. I know you're beautiful, tethered by the path you had to choose. But you hide. Won't you step into the light? You hide. Use my heart, take as your guide. You hide in the deepest of the night. You hide. Don't you know you burn so bright? You're all I need. You're all I want. You're all I need. But I know you're true. The strength that lies buried at your roots. I know you're beautiful, tethered by the path you had to choose. But you hide. Won't you step into the light? You hide. Use my heart, take as your guide. You hide in the deepest of the night. You hide. Don't you know you burn so bright?